Jump racing is the most dramatic and unpredictable of competitions in sport.
I literally cannot describe anything that's even close to the adrenaline.
The partnership between you and the horse is a phenomenal thing.
You're about to go 34 mile an hour into a fence.
You certainly can't doubt yourself, because that's when it all goes wrong.
Oh, and Lewis Ferguson takes a horrible fall.
These guys are so hardcore.
He's run out of room.
You name it, a jockey can break it.
Collarbones, cheekbone, eye socket.
Just another day in the office.
This is the story of one season with millions of pounds of prize money at stake.
Right now, there's so much title talk.
The Jumps Trainers Championship is rarely this close. It's absolutely nail-biting.
He likes to be the guardian of that trophy. He ain't going to give it up easily.
Jockeys out, please.
It's almost too close to call in the race to be champion jockey.
The rivalry is massive.
We joke around inside here, but we're not friends out there.
I will win on this horse.
It's brutal on your family life, but any elite sport, there has to be sacrifice.
It's just very emotional. That is so close.
Oh, I hate being beat.
It's incredible!
The Cheltenham Festival is a sporting cauldron of theatre, anticipation, drama.
On the run to the second last.
It's the whole of the jump season leading up to these moments.
It is the Olympics of our sport. It's the race meeting that every racing fan wants to be at, where there will be thrills, spills, drama, and pure emotion.
Cheltenham is 4 days of incredible action. There are 28 races and nearly £5 million in prize money up for grabs.
Cheltenham is unlike any other race meeting. The crowd is absolutely buzzing. 65,000 people roaring.
Phenomenal atmosphere. It's the best against the best. Brilliant horses, fantastic jockeys, amazing trainers. It's a true test of horse and jockey.
With a younger horse, Chase Glory.
There's a lot of hope when you walk into Cheltenham, and there's a lot of dreams to, you know, try and grab. That's what everyone does it for.
The Cheltenham Festival is about to get started. What a week we have in store.
If you're going to Cheltenham, you will be competing against the very best trainers, the likes of Willie Mullins.
Cheltenham is the World Cup. To us, it's our World Cup because they're the biggest prizes on offer, and that's where people want to compete.
You've given me the best Cheltenham I've ever had.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Willie Mullins is in a league of his own when it comes to winners here at the festival. Nicky Henderson has had 73 winners here, and Paul Nicholls has had 48. But Willie Mullins is on 94 winners.
Hurricane Fly is the champion hurdler again.
He's clearly a very hungry trainer when it comes for success.
And it's a treble for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh.
His record in the big races is extraordinary.
Racing has been my life. I've always been competitive, and that gives me huge satisfaction.
Allaho has given Willie Mullins a record 4th win in the Ryanair.
Every horse that he trains is working out what target it has at Cheltenham.
Willie Mullins will be the top trainer of the festival.
He could become the first trainer in history to get to 100. No one's done that.
It's Gallop S01E03 who gallops to glory in the Gold Cup.
I am biased, but I don't mind saying it. Willie Mullins could be the greatest Irish trainer of all time.
Don't. You can't stay here. Come on. No. There's your little...
Willie has Willie's been around animals and in particular horses all of his life. His father, Paddy, he was a trainer, and his mother, Maureen, was also heavily involved.
Willie Mullins' yard is incredible, really. He's got a brilliant team around him.
He worked well, didn't he?
His son, Patrick, is, of course, the champion amateur.
The way Willie leads is he's always looking forward, and he's not afraid to make big decisions, not afraid to chop and change things. He's always looking for more, always looking to win more, always looking to improve. He's never standing still.
Well, are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm very optimistic. I think I get that from my mother. She'd never look back and say, we had a disaster yesterday or we had a disaster last week. It's history, it's done. Just look forward to the good times coming again.
For Willie, its family are really integral. They're part of the success.
Just doing the board here now, so what riders are going to ride which horses. You know, if you have a lazy horse, you might need someone who's a bit tougher on them, but if you have a nervous horse, you want someone with a lot of patience.
Patrick is very good. He's got a great work ethic. He took to riding straight away, and he loved riding, loved race riding. I can see him taking over when I'm not here. He seems a natural at it.
Willie makes the final call. He does all the hard work. It's funny, people ask me why do I call my father Willie. I just have. I suppose in the yard I don't want to be shouting across the gallop saying Dad, you know. So it made more sense to say Willie, and I suppose it's followed into that. Working with your family isn't as easy, I'm sure, as most people will tell you. So we've learned a way to fit around each other, or me fit around him, more like it. But no, it's really enjoyable. I learn a lot. We argue a lot, and I think that's pretty normal. All my cousins, Emmett, Danny, David, myself, Fiona, Charlie, we've all ridden winners, and it's very much in the blood, yeah.
I think being a Mullins, I love it. I think there is a legacy, you know, with Granny and Granda. They started from nothing, really, and it's built up from there. Racing is a big deal in Ireland. Everybody's maybe one generation removed from a farm, and Cheltenham is the biggest show there is in national hunt racing.
The Irish are bringing so many horses over because they've got so many good horses to run. They wouldn't bring horses that don't have much of a chance, but it hasn't always been that way.
Back in years gone by, the Irish would have only had one winner in Cheltenham, and they were damn glad to get it.
Nicholls is going to get the tourist attraction, and that's the line. Tourist attraction is the winner, too.
Here is Willie Mullins, hero of the hour. Twice a winner here as a jockey, Willie.
It's great, there was no pressure. You know, I was hoping she'd finish the first 6, and today she just did everything right.
When I first met Willie, at that time, Willie's yard was very small. There was no hurdles, he used to jump over poles, and I asked him, you know, why he hadn't had more success. He just says he needs investment, and that was sort of the start of it, and I liked the way he thought. And,
I don't think we ever thought we were going to invest quite as heavily.
No, he certainly took that to heart, that statement.
Rich and Susanna Ricci have been hugely influential in the success story that is Willie Mullins.
The Riccis and Willie Mullins are a powerhouse in racing. They're like the Manchester City of horse racing. Hugely successful business people, teamed up with arguably the best trainer and sensational horses.
This is Pinot Noir. And then the next block's down here, we've got the Chardonnay, and then some of it will go into the sparkling rosé for next year.
I came here to this country and someone took me to Sandown to watch a national hunt race, and I fell in love with the game straight away and bought a horse. I prefer my life in the city to doing any manual labor.
He's come from banking. He's obviously made millions, but he's chosen to invest it and buy really good horses.
How many horses do you have? He's not allowed to say, because I'll kill him.
I don't know, 30 or so, something like that, yeah.
We'll get a quick selfie.
Of course you can, yep.
Rich Ricci is a huge character, larger than life.
Hope you runs well. Cheers, that's very kind of you, thank you.
He has a really big connection with the public.
We're the same colour.
Yeah, we are.
Lovely.
Thank you.
They love Rich Ricci.
How are you?
Aren't you the best guy in racing?
Well, I'm not sure about that. That's very kind
absolutely.
of you.
You almost got kind of celebrity status in this world, would you say?
I'm not sure if I'm a celebrity, but we've been very fortunate to have some success with our horses. and people are kind enough to want to talk about that or just say hello. There is something about the Cheltenham Festival that kind of grabs the nation's attention. It has become the meeting of the national hunt season. I cry all the time at Cheltenham whenever I have a win. That's why I wear sunglasses half the time.
210 is the Arkle, so it's the first one over the bigger obstacles.
The Ricci's first big runner of the week is Gaelic Warrior in the Arkle, a race that's worth nearly £100,000.
Welcome to a seriously busy paddock ahead of the Arkle, and we're going to start off with one of Willie's. Willie loves this race, Gaelic Warrior. He's in the Rich Ricci colours.
So Gaelic Warrior's run twice at Cheltenham, finished second both times, and he's not run particularly well in Ireland this season, and he's not shown his true talent yet.
Gaelic Warrior has gone at the final fence.
There'll be some concern for Gaelic Warrior after his 4 last month, and Willie Mullins will be hoping he can bounce back and win, especially for the owners.
There's a lot of apprehension about how will your team perform, so you're hoping for the best, but there's still sort of a hole in your stomach thinking, what could go wrong? Something last minute can go wrong.
So jockeys on their way. Here come the Ricci Silks. For the Willie Mullins team, there's huge pressure to get results for their high-profile owners.
Hi, Paul. Paul and Willie Mullins, Richard Moffat.
Hi. Winning is important. That's what drives you to keep investing. As you get older and your athleticism wanes and your competitive drive remains, you've got to find other ways to try to compete, and horse racing was one.
What are we doing?
I'd like to be 4th, 5th, 6th. Actually, have too much traffic to go through.
Runners for the Arkle starting to make their way forward.
Best of luck. Cool. Thanks very much. Listen, best of luck.
Gaelic Warrior getting very stirred up here in the paddock. They can still run a good race, but this is a negative for sure for the team.
There's so many variables. I think that's the thing with the jump racing. You never know what's going to happen.
But a couple of worries about Gaelic Warrior here.
I'd be cautious about him. He's not going to be an easy ride.
He worries me. All the talent in the world, funny temperament. He likes to do things his own way. It's a tricky ride, but gosh, he's got a lot of talent. So if he behaves himself jumping-wise, he must have a good chance. It's always nerve-wracking in his first day, but it's good to have some chances.
Nothing to worry about, is it, Paul? Well, I wouldn't say that was totally convincing.
Nervous. Love to have a winner.
I think it's worse watching than riding. 100%, because you've got no control over it. You just got to sit back and let them get on with it.
Got to keep your fingers crossed and pray.
Here we go.
It's a high-class field for the Arkle. Founder 50's well fancied, likewise Il Était Temps. They're both in good form. Interesting to see how Gaelic Warrior goes here too.
How are we doing? Is he taking off?
It's all right.
It's Matata who leads. Gaelic Warrior in second place.
Once the race starts, then anything can happen.
Authorised speed is a faller. This is up okay, and rider's just about to get to his feet.
There's so many times when we've had favourites and they've been turned over because they've either fallen or been hampered.
It is Matata who leads Gaelic Warrior as they stretch over the next fence, which they all took well.
Swinging left-handed now.
Or is he jumping well?
He's jumping fine, just out to the right.
I just can't watch the race. I don't know why.
What do you think?
I just get very nervous, and I always have been. Maybe I just get too excited, too anxious, and I like to listen to it.
Who's in the lead?
Matata.
Where are we?
In second, where we have been throughout.
I usually have somebody talk me through the race, but I don't know why, but it works for me.
Racing towards the third last, Matata leads Gaelic Warrior by 2 lengths. The front three have tried to break away here in the Arkle.
Come on.
It looks to be galloping straight and jumping straight, so I'm happy enough.
As the leaders now make their way down towards the second last.
But in jump racing, you don't always get a clear round. Things don't always go your way.
Gaelic Warrior, who's battling away as they make the home turn.
How'd we go?
He's okay there. He's still on the bridle.
I'm thinking, jump the last, just jump it, just land running.
Cantering Gaelic Warrior, reduced to the last by Paul Downing.
Come on, Gaelic!
As they head up the running, the jumping's done.
when you do have, particularly a Cheltenham winner, you know, it is the only time real folk can feel like a footballer when you walk into that winner's enclosure and the cheer goes up. And it's a wonderful feeling.
Your mouth aches from smiling so much. I mean, goosebumps and the whole thing, it's just amazing.
So already notching up winners for his owners, who can beat Willie Mullins? Could it be Paul Nicholls?
Day two's about to get underway here at Cheltenham. Can anyone stop the Mullins machine?
So far this week, Willie Mullins, he's won 3 out of 7 big races and over £500,000 in prize money. Absolutely brilliant.
And Lottie Mount will complete first day trebles from Willie Mullins. Lottie Mount.
Willie Mullins, it's only been one day and already he's so dominant.
Willie Mullins' supremacy is not to be taken lightly. The business he's built up from nothing, really, over the last 30 years is now like a factory of winners, and it's a huge threat for the UK trainers.
So who from Great Britain can stop the might of Ireland? Maybe it's a champion trainer, Paul Nicholls.
It's like in any sport. You want to be winning, don't you? I mean, second's no good to anyone, really.
Paul Nicholls is the current leader in the British Trainers' Championship, a title that he practically owns, and he's going to be looking to retain it. But if he's going to do that, he's going to need some big money wins at Cheltenham.
When you're training horse, you like winning any races, but Cheltenham's extra special. Right, so what we'll all do, we're going to do a nice 3/4 speed, all the way back, alternate sides, then canter up the hill. Everyone happy?
Paul Nicholls is so hungry, he's so ambitious, he puts so much pressure on everyone around them.
Try and come right round here, good 3/4 speed, alternate sides.
He's relentless. All he wants is success.
3/4 speed all the way, canter up the hill. You want those horses at top level winning those big races, and it's an incredible feeling, and that's why you do it. You start the opposite ends, get going. Trot on and get going then. He's quite fresh, isn't he?
Paul Nicholls has got a strong hand with Harry Cobden riding for him, and in the last few weeks, Harry has opened up a lead in the Jockeys' Championship.
Well, I think Harry Cobden is just the ultimate professional. He can probably jump on any horse and look at ease. He's destined to be one of the greats.
Success for Harry Cobden on his first ride for Paul Nicholls.
I'll never forget the first time I rode out for Paul Nicholls. I was probably quite cocky back then. Probably didn't see any fear at all and absolutely loved it, and that got me hooked.
OK, that'll do. He's absolutely brilliant. You want to be winning big races, and that's why you employ a top-class jockey like Harry. Well done, lads. Couldn't want for better, could you?
The next race is the Brown Advisory with a total prize pot of £180,000, and the winner will take home almost £100,000.
Don't know what polishing these really, going to get covered in mud in a minute. Willie Mullins, they've got some sort of hugely fancied horses, so it's a big day for Paul today. He'll be hoping to settle the nerves down with a couple of winners or even a winner on the board early doors. Obviously, the stress levels are high for everybody and the stakes are high as well.
Cheltenham is more intense than any other meeting because everyone wants to win so badly. I'm not saying they don't want to win on a normal day, but like it's just quite full on, and there are probably a few tense people in the weighing room.
Every jockey handles pressure in a different way. That's completely unique to each person.
You know, you can probably let the occasion get to you if you let it.
I think you do have to be a little bit crazy to be a jockey. They're able to deal with the toughest of challenges, the toughest of conditions when they're competing. Some jockeys maybe wilt a bit under the pressure, but others seem more philosophical, and those tend to be the ones who go to the very top.
It's just the most competitive 4 days of racing, so
I need it all to go right.
Jockeys out, please.
What do they say about jockeys? You're only as good as your last winner.
Every horse will have a chance. It's unpredictable.
Big race up next. We're looking forward to the Brown Advisory.
I've got to keep myself focused. It's not just me that wants it to go right, it's Paul wants it to go right. He feels the pressure, the owner feels the pressure.
So he's all about stamina. You've got to max that stamina. Down that hill both times, just don't be afraid to just get him jumping, and then, especially the last time, you really want to be...
They're all competing for a small pool of owners, for a small pool of investment, and trying to make the best of their careers. So, is there reputations on the line at Cheltenham? Damn sure there is.
Welcome to a busy paddock. Now, we do genuinely have an English chance, and this is him. It's Stay Away Faye, trained by the great champion trainer, Paul Nicholls. He looks in great shape. It is very tricky to fault this horse, and we know that Paul holds him in the highest regard.
Stay Away Faye's made the running on 2 occasions already this season. He's not going to win a sprint, so just needs to be a good, consistent speed right the way around.
We just want a nice, even gallop.
Exactly. All right, good luck.
Paul, what can Stay Away Faye do to stop Willie Mullins?
We're not even thinking about that. We've got to do our own thing. If he's good enough, he is. If he's not, he's not.
Come on, England.
Come on, England.
Good luck, my friend, right?
Number 2, Factor File, the main Irish hope, particularly after beating Gaelic Warrior in that match at the Dublin Racing Festival.
Willie Mullins is already having a fantastic Cheltenham Festival, and in the next race he saddles Factor File, so it just goes to show the strength and depth of his team.
Paul Nicholls will be very difficult to beat. He knows how to prepare horses for these big races.
Even royalty only want to talk to the Irish. Look behind us.
When you're a kid growing up and you're watching Cheltenham on TV, you want to come here and you want to be part of it.
I was always very competitive in school doing things. I wasn't much good, but I was a trier. I always wanted to be better than the other kids.
And racing.
When the racing starts, it's like a football match. When the whistle goes, you've got to play the ball.
They run downhill. They've got a plain fence before the water jump and then an open ditch. And Stay Away Faye spearheading the trio on the front end.
He's opposition, you know. We're trying to beat his horses. He's trying to beat us.
So Stay Away Faye on the inside of Monty's Star. Factor File in 5th place as they race towards the first of the open ditches, where Factor File just dragged his bag leg through. That's in 5th place.
Making the run is probably the hardest thing for a jockey to do to get it right.
Stay Away Faye might be glad of the company here as they climb uphill.
We don't want to go slow because he's not going to win a sprint. You can set your own speed, make your own race.
Out in the lead, Stay Away Faye from Monty's Star as they reach another ditch. Stay Away Faye stretch for that.
Oh, bloody hell.
Only just got to the other side there.
That'll wake him up a bit.
They're over well. American Mike made a mistake. So a few little scrappy jumps, nothing too serious. And Stay Away Faye just roused it along.
Now he's back on it.
This is the last open ditch.
He's got to get this ditch right.
Sandor Clegane, Stay Away Faye.
Good boy.
So now is where the stamina will begin to kick in. Stay Away Faye in the pink jacket towards the outside as they all fan out to get a good look at this fence. Monty's Star towards the outside, and then Factor File.
Good boy. Go on, it's
heading off the final turn. 2 fences to take. Factor File is beginning to be manoeuvred closer.
I try not to let the championship get in my mind, and I think it's something that could easily get hold of you, and you probably start trying too hard and start forcing things, and then that's when it goes wrong.
Stay Away Faye hangs off the final turn, and he's done. Stay Away Faye has been pulled up.
Pulled up.
Pulling up is basically when your horse is tired and you take it out of the race. You can't be competitive, then there's no point in carrying on, in my opinion.
They head down towards the last, and it's Factor File in the centre.
Factor File put in a fantastic performance, watching him coming down the hill and jumping the last.
Play them in the air together. It's now that Factor File is asked to go and deliver.
Absolute magic.
And another winner of the week for Willie Mullins.
Mullins, his 99th festival winner.
So another winner for Willie Mullins, and disappointment for Paul Nicholls, who's not even won a penny of prize money.
Stay away, Faye. Hauled up the fate of so many of the leading British challengers this week.
That was just fucking tanking the whole way round, wasn't it? Eh?
Definitely looking forward to driving in this morning. You're quickly put back in your box at the second race of the day, so you just got to dust yourself off and go again. And it's tough, it's hard, but it's life. And we just weren't good enough. There weren't any hard luck stories. So, yeah, it's going to be a long week. Got to pull my finger out and get it right.
Is he going to give someone else a chance? Just a winning machine, isn't it?
Willie's dominating. He's scooping all this prize money, and all the other trainers can do is watch.
The Coral Cup is the next race with just over £56,000 to the winner. Willie Mullins could make history. He could become the first trainer to ever reach 100 winners at the festival.
Early on, he was struggling out the ground a bit, wasn't he? Over-jumping and...
But standing in his way is trainer Dan Skelton, who's currently sitting in second in the Trainers' Championship, behind his old boss and the reigning champion, Paul Nicholls.
We won this race last year with Langadan, so it's hard to make lightning strike twice, but we'll give it a go.
Number 10, Langadan, he absolutely loves it here at Cheltenham. He will require a bit of luck, but he looks the part today.
Dan Skelton has proved himself to be a maestro at the Cheltenham Festival.
This is where everybody wants to come and wants to win.
I like winning. From the second I started training, I wanted to be the best. I think it's a great ambition to have, to keep you motivated, to keep you pushing forward.
Nice, Matty. Just keep doing that with him.
I've been doing this now for nearly 11 years.
Dan Skelton, the very good trainer. To achieve what he's achieved in such a short space of time is tremendous.
He's ready now, just need the ground. Happy?
Good.
He's learned from his father, Nick Skelton, who's the world champion show jumper.
Come on, Nick. He's there, and that is the new leader, and a good time.
His dad, Nick Skelton, is the oldest gold medalist for Team GB and a legend of equestrianism.
My dad has been a massive bearing on the yard and the business.
Jockeys, please mount.
If it wasn't for Dad helping us set up, and ultimately the original knowledge that he gave us about horses, it wouldn't have been possible.
I wouldn't trot probably in this, if we can help it.
And it's not just Dan, because this is another family business, with Dan's brother Harry a vital part of the operation team.
Jesus, Heidi, shorten your reins up.
My relationship with Harry is probably unlike anybody else's in racing because we're brothers.
Dan, there's a bit of plastic there.
Yeah.
Do I see him as a boss? No, not really. He's my brother. Ellie, you follow Tristan on.
He just understands horses.
At the minute, he's just not doing everything the right way. Do you know what I mean?
He's got time.
Oh, yeah, he'll come, but he almost like just wants to go on the grass a bit.
He can give me feedback that I can't gain myself. He's on their backs. So to have that is invaluable. You've got to remember that he's not just a jockey or my brother, he is a champion jockey. And to have that experience to call upon would be extraordinary for any team, let alone your brother. I've got Grey Dawning 2 at the hill, I see. Yeah. Just 2.
Hard work is something that comes along with being a Skelton. Dad always made sure that we were up in the mornings and worked for what we got.
They want to reach the pinnacle of their sport, and they are not afraid to graft to do it.
Try and get it going, poke a nose out a bit.
It's really fun to watch, having seen them come through from little boys running about at shows, eating ice creams, to 2 of the most extraordinary professionals in the business.
Take me into it and grab him in my sights a little bit.
Can Dan's horse Langadan win back-to-back Coral Cups and boost Dan's standing in the Trainers' Championship? Or will this be the race where Willie gets his 100th winner? Boosting his chances in the race, Willie Mullins has 3 horses: Shanbally Kid, Sa Majesté and Lombron.
Good luck. Langadan, could he pull off a repeat?
I think he's going to need a little bit of luck.
Trying to make lightning strike twice in this is not easy.
Not easy, has never been done.
That's very true. Steady up, steady up.
Flag is up for the Coral Cup.
Come on now. As they head towards the first, wide across the racecourse. Sa Majesté just slotting in behind the leaders. The centre is Shan Valley Kid as they take flight number 2. Towards the rear is Langadan with Brazil and Benson in that cluster as well.
Langadan's at the back, which really suits him. They're going a nice gallop, but not too fast.
It's very steady wanted to be, wasn't it? Right behind him.
So now this long climb up the home straight on this circuit. On the outside to Capo Glory, just ahead of Shan Valley Kid. Sa Majesté racing on the inside of the field.
I'm looking at all my horses. I'm very happy how they're all going.
They're all over. White Eye might have been the one that flattened the fighter hurdles. Midfield then for Langadan as they take the turn.
He's handling the ground really well. He's smooth.
So they're climbing towards the 4th last fighter hurdles in the Coral Cup. Sa Majesté still there on the fence. Langadan pushed along with Gigaro.
Yeah, well done, Harry. Come on, Harry, you did that.
When a horse starts to tire in the race, your heart sinks. I don't really want to try and deliver him too early.
They're now on the run to the second last. Shan Valley Kid moves up on the outside of the beacon edge.
As we come down to the last fence, we're still out in front.
As they make their way down towards the last in the Coral Cup, Shan Valley Kid, the white cap.
I think he's going to win the race.
Still coming towards the outside, his last year's winner, Langadan. Come on, Langer! Harry. In 4th place is lucky place, it's Langadan.
Good jump at the last.
Go on, Harry!
Try and find that extra gear.
Langadan, once again, he's rejuvenated up the Cheltenham Hill.
And then he's away then.
In 2nd place, Shan Valley Kid.
Oh my.
But Langadan is going to win back-to-back Coral Cups.
Oh my.
Langadan comfortably.
Oh, we did it.
It was all about winning. There's no feeling like it.
Ah, brilliant. This place, it's magic, isn't it? It is magic.
Well, they spent the whole season getting this horse ready for Cheltenham, and he's won the race again.
The emotion, it can be overwhelming because of the amount of work, the amount of time, the amount of emotional investment it's taken you to get there.
The support of your family is vital, and that's pretty special, really.
Hey, I was worried when it was off late. You've been trained for the fucking minute.
I love it when Dan feels the joy of winning. Sometimes you forget to take the time and enjoy the highs. I love to see him enjoy it and love it because it's what we do it for.
So Dan might have beat Willie Mullins in the last race, but in the next race, the champion bumper, Willie has his son Patrick riding for him.
He did, he won a gallop there.
Oh, you want to gallop?
Yeah, he did, yeah. That's the fella who used to look after him.
And if Patrick can win this race for his dad, Willie will become the first trainer in Cheltenham Festival history to train 100 winners.
This year's Cheltenham Festival particularly poignant for the Willie Mullins team because Willie lost his mother, Maureen Mullins, earlier this year.
Some sad news in racing, the death of Maureen Mullins, the matriarch behind the Mullins racing dynasty. Maureen was a successful owner and breeder in her own right. She died aged 94.
You know, my mother was adventurous, not afraid to enter horses in far-flung places like America, France. You know, she was always ready to get up and go. We have a horse, we'll travel, and don't be afraid. And I probably picked that up from her.
She was a huge part of the operation and a huge part of his success.
Maureen, your son's continuing the wonderful tradition.
Yes, that's good.
Must make you extra proud.
Yes, of course it does, yes.
She was a marvellous woman. She was always up and about, and up until '94 she was going racing and loved watching it and following it.
If Willie Mullins does manage to get his 100 winners, no doubt he'll be looking to the skies and thinking of her.
The champion bumper, it's the one professional race in Cheltenham where I get to have the first choice over Paul Townend.
Patrick always gets the pick of the bumper horses, and he picked Desmond DeVoe. I wasn't sure that he was right. I had another horse in my mind.
The flag's now raised, and they're off. Away first time.
He could reach a history-shattering 100 Cheltenham Festival winners.
They're about to swing for home, just outside the last quarter mile. Into the straight they come, widest of all, Jasmine DeVoe away to the left.
Some people play it like chess. Sometimes it's poker, you might be bluffing someone, so tactics can be very important.
Jasmine DeVoe, though, has been into Serge Home, the other. Elliot Bronner battling away, Shalom Dudery.
I love winning. That's the main thing I do it for.
Deep inside the furlong, Jasmine DeVoe. Is this Willie Mullins neck with destiny? It's Jasmine DeVoe. Willie Mullins, 100 not out of the Cheltenham Festival.
100 Cheltenham Festival winners for Willie Mullins.
It's a massive sporting achievement, and I just think it's incredible.
To win his 100th Cheltenham Festival race was momentous, and it was a record we never really believed would ever be reached.
Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
I don't know how to feel, because it's not something anyone ever dreamt of, that anyone would ever have 100 winners in Cheltenham.
This must be a very special moment for you.
It is. I mean, look, sure, it's a number you don't even dream of, so I'm very privileged to get the 100 for my father. That's a special moment, yeah.
Anytime you have a big win in your life, you'd love all your family to be there. Would have been wonderful if my mother was there.
It was very special. Myself, my mother and father, it was a pity not to have my grandmother there. She would have really enjoyed the success we've had this year. But I'm sure she was looking on.
Nicholls yesterday didn't have a happy day, but this lad is a big, solid type. He loves it round here, which is a plus. Come on, Ginny's Destiny.
Paul Nicholls has a problem, because he's yet to strike at the festival.
Paul Nicholls has got Ginny's Destiny in an opening race, and Paul, your runners so far at the meeting, would it be fair to say they're excuses for some of the performances?
It's not all that easy. Up until Monday, the horses have been flying. Just didn't happen yesterday, so you just put a line through it and move forward.
Everyone feels pressure on different levels. Obviously, it's pretty intense. Our chances of getting a winner this week are slimming down a bit. We've ran plenty of horses that we thought would go very close, and they've ran well, but they haven't won. We need to get one on the board.
In this next race, the Turners Novices Chase, worth £100,000 to the winner, Paul is up against his former assistant Dan, and so far Dan is having a much better festival. And with Paul currently leading the Trainers' Championship and Dan in second place, a win for either of them will make a huge difference to their title chances.
What a day for the Skeltons yesterday with those two winners. This is their chance here today. Number 5, Grey Dawning. He's so straightforward, and we know the Skeltons are in great form.
The Skeltons are a serious force, and it feels to me that he's got the same amount of hunger as Paul, and he wants it.
But I think this one's as good as we've had. Good. He's not flash, he just keeps finding, you know.
Paul Nicholls may have actually trained one of his biggest rivals in Dan Skelton.
It's added an incredible narrative to this jump season, the master versus apprentice.
I worked for Paul for nearly 10 years.
Working for Paul was the biggest influence on my career by any stretch.
He was involved at the best time of Paul Nicholls' career.
This could be one of the great performances in the long history of the Gold Cup.
It was some of the greatest times of my life. I got to enjoy all those winners, but didn't have any of the pressure of it. I knew my place, and that was to work for him and help him get the best results he could. If that required me sweeping the yard, cleaning out drains, driving him to the races, picking up a prize, whatever it was, I did it.
Paul taught Dan everything he knew. On a personal level, they care about each other enormously. They are best friends, but they are each other's worst enemies professionally, which is what makes this such an awkward situation.
I don't think you could be around Paul Nicholls and not feed off that hunger for winners and that desire to be champion trainer. That's now in Dan's blood.
I know what he's thinking, I know how he plans, I know how determined he is.
Here's Harry.
Good afternoon. I plan to just really follow Harry Cobden. Just keep it simple, and that's all we can do. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay.
Best of luck. Harry Skelton, very competitive, loves winning, strong, aggressive. I'd enjoy beating him. I'd say he probably enjoys beating me as well.
You know what to do.
Yeah, same old story.
Same old story. I can't see anybody's going to try and take you on if they do. Stay all day. You do it and enjoy it.
Ginny's Destiny has done brilliantly well so far this season.
Totally. He does like the track round here. He loves galloping and jumping, and if someone wants to go quicker than him, good luck to them.
Fingers crossed for a better day today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We've got history with Ginny's Destiny. Last time we met, they got the better of us.
Grey Dawning made a bad mistake at the second last, which probably gave us the edge. So we're hoping to do the same again.
Here comes Grey Dawning. Reached for it though, plunged at it. A desperate error.
So that was frustrating.
Ginny's Destiny beats Grey Dawning.
I made a bad mistake, 2 out. I think I probably got racing a little late with him. It took him by surprise and he made a mistake. Never been in that position before. I don't want to let that happen again.
Right. Good luck. I know how competitive Dan is and what he'd be thinking, so he's a big threat.
Some amazing horses are lining up, and any one of them could win it. So can the apprentice beat the master, or will Paul show Dan why he's won the Trainers' Championship 14 times?
So that's the one for day 3 as they head towards the first. Ginny's Destiny closest to us. Ginny's Destiny has now got the advantage.
Good boy.
Ginny's Destiny has won all his races this season from the front, so we're going to try and keep it simple. It's worked so far this season, so why would we change it?
When Ginny's Destiny sets off in front, you're like, they're going to be very hard to beat.
So out in the lead, Ginny's Destiny, customary front-running tactics under Harry Cobden. Grey Dawning going up the inside, and Zanna here between that pair.
So Harry's going to sit right on our ass all the way.
Ginny's Destiny it is, who is out in the lead. From in second, Jello, Grey Dawning travelling comfortably in third on the inside.
We're travelling well and jumping really well.
Ginny's Destiny, continuing to jump soundly, has the lead.
Don't want to be going too fast because you've got to finish.
5 from the finish, Jello applying some pressure to Ginny's Destiny.
Fill him up, Pat. Fill him up.
Ginny's Destiny towards the last ditch 6 from the finish. Then Jello on the outside, Grey Dawning is in third.
Come on, Ginny! Oh, good boy!
As Ginny's Destiny led them over the fourth last.
He's going well.
Very pleased with how well I'm going. Ginny's Destiny felt like he had plenty left.
We got beat last time, so there's always that concern that, are you just going to get beat again?
Got to the top of the hill, trying to fill up, and all of a sudden, this big white head loomed up on my outside.
Grey Dawning poking that head between Ginny's Destiny and Jello. Back in fourth place is Zanna here, 5 lengths back, and got into the bottom of it. Facile Vega, a mistake by Iroko.
Harry Skelton wasn't going to give me a chance to fill Ginny's Destiny's lungs with air and try and get a breather in. He was going to keep the pressure on. I think we've got a bit more speed, but he's got a bit more stamina.
Towards the second last, Ginny's Destiny from Grey Dawning in second.
Go on, Grey Horse! Go on! Go on, Dawning!
Once I got upsides, Harry come down the hill, I was confident then.
Turns, Grey Dawning had the second last.
He's not going to give anything away. Harry Skelton took me on early, and you pretty much know it's like race on from this point.
It's Grey Dawning who's moved through to the lead.
If you're overtaking someone in a race late on and you feel like you're going to go and win, it's a good feeling, good place to be, but got to stay there.
From in second place, Ginny's Destiny. Jello in third, the wild lengths in Grey Dawning is to the outside. Grey Dawning drifting about in front. Ginny's Destiny trying to close.
You're hoping and praying that you get across the line in front.
Ginny's Destiny is all out, but Grey Dawning will continue. A great week for the Skeltons.
It's a great feeling, elation, but also relief.
Grey Dawning beats Ginny's Destiny. Dan Skelton beats Paul Nicholls with Alicia Williams in third. So 1, 2, 3 for the domestic trainers.
When you get beaten a length and a half at the Cheltenham Festival and you've run your heart out and not much has gone wrong, you're obviously frustrated.
Didn't feel like a hug. Felt like I was getting strangled. He's definitely pissed off that I've beaten him. But he knows he'll get me back. It's all fair in love and war.
The highs and lows of jump racing, I think it's quite simple. It's winning and losing.
Paul Nicholls, multiple champion trainer, one of the all-time greats, 48 Cheltenham Festival winners, but a blank so far this week, and it will be hurting.
I know he's come second, it's never nice, but you can't knock his effort, can you?
No, but I ain't being fucking beat. Paul Nicholls still leads the Trainers' Championship, but all of a sudden it's a three-way fight. He's got Dan Skelton, his old assistant, chasing him, and Willie Mullins winning everything.
With the most valuable race of the week, the Cheltenham Gold Cup still to play for, who's going to come out on top?
The gloves are off, the competition's on.
The Jumps Trainers' Championship is going to be a clash between racing's titans.
You want to defend your title.
Go on, Cobby!
Anything can happen.
With millions of pounds of prize money at stake.
Every race counts.
If I am ahead, I've just poked the bear.
The recruits' training continues as they get to grips with their new uniforms and learn about personal safety in new comedy Piglets tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. All the latest with the news at 10 is next.